If you're currently creating videos on the internet to promote your product or service, but whatever you do, it just feels like it's not working as well as you want it to right now, I want to introduce you to my favorite creator on the internet right now called Ryan Trahan. In the last 50 days, he has created 50 videos traveling all 50 states of the United States of America. And in the process, he's generated $11.3 million. That's insane. Now, all of that money doesn't go to Ryan, it actually goes towards a charity that he chose for the series called St. Jude's Children's Hospital. However, Ryan himself, from a monetizational and AdSense perspective, probably did make between $500,000 to $1 million+ just in terms of ad revenue over those 50 videos. Now, what the hell does Ryan Trahan, a YouTube creator, and your business have anything to do with one another? Despite what you might think, Ryan is a lot like you, okay? He is a fantastic marketer. More so than that, he is an incredible salesperson. You've got to remember that to get views on your video, you have to kind of market it. And what Ryan's great at here is building a community of people that appreciate the mission, believe what he's trying to believe, and help spread the word. So from a marketing perspective, Ryan is really, really smart. But not only that, Ryan is the product of this story. Ryan has to sell himself as the character that takes his consumers through this transition of A to B to C and tells this story from start to finish. Ryan needs people to watch his content, okay? If he doesn't get any views, then he doesn't get any cash because he can't run ads and people aren't seeing the ads and YouTube don't like that, and so he can't earn any money. So he has to market his content. He has to sell himself to build an audience of people that actually consume the stuff so he can earn money and earn a living, right? And well-deserved by it. You work exactly the same way, whether you like it or not. You have to market your business. You have to market your product or service. If people don't know your product or service and don't know your business, then you're not gonna get any customers. And if you don't get any customers, you're not gonna get any cash. And you can't pay your mortgage, and then you're out on the street, and then you're living a really bad life. So don't do that. The difference between you and Ryan is that Ryan has stuck through the tough times. Okay, when he's created videos that haven't performed very well, he's gone, okay, what can I learn from this? And how can I start to introduce new styles? Or how can I try something different or finesse, or just make my next post just 1% better than the last one? Whereas you've maybe been creating videos for 3 weeks or 3 months or maybe even a year. And in the grand scheme of things, you're just getting started. You're right on day one. You've really not learned a lot. It's very easy as well for people to judge Ryan and say that, oh, he's got 21 million followers and that's why he's done so well. But people forget the journey, What about when Ryan was at 0 and he wasn't getting the attention that he gets now? And just for perspective there, this is Ryan's first video that was posted, I think just over 10 years ago on YouTube. You can go and watch it, but here's the example.
Holy hell, I don't need your water. Give your water.
This was his first vlog that he launched in 2016.
Gabriel's got the TV.
Oh yeah, we can do that.
The gang's all here.
Yeah, it's 5:45 here at Rice High School.
2 years into creating content, he posted a Q&A video to celebrate his 2,000 subscribers special. Here it is.
As you guys may have known, we just hit 2,000 subscribers. Yes.
His first very big viral video that I guess you could say kind of kicked off his channel and his style of content now is his first Penny Series episode.
Gonna be doing a 24-hour penny challenge. You got Team Pillsbury right here.
It goes without saying that there is such a huge amount of work that's gone into this. There's such a huge journey here of self-discovery, mental resilience, toughness, not throwing in a towel, sticking through it through thick and thin, the good and the bad times, and very few people can do that. It's likely that his first 30 to 50 videos didn't do particularly well, and if they did, maybe they earned a couple of £100, but not really enough to buy a Ferrari or sit on a yacht in the Maldives drinking pina coladas, chilling out because you finally made it. It's only after a decade of making videos, of trying new angles, trying different approaches, different styles and different ways of presenting, being more authentic, reeling things a little bit, making 50 videos in a row in 50 days, that he was able to generate $11.3 million. That's the journey that he went on. Now, why the hell am I giving you his backstory? Why is this even relevant, right? My opinion is that anybody can do what Ryan's done, okay? You can build an audience of 21 million subscribers. You can create 50 videos in 50 days that get your business or your product or service $11.3 million worth of sales. I'm using dollars because Ryan is American, so it's just easier. Anybody can create videos and post them on the internet that generate the millions in sales for their business. And I say this in the most humble brag way possible, but I would know that because I've done that for myself. But to be able to do that, you need to change your mindset. mindset about the whole process and how long things take and the reality of what it actually takes to be able to create and become a great video creator. For you, that might mean that you've started a podcast, or you've just started to build your personal brand, or you start to run ads and spend a bit of money to get them seen by the right people, to throw in the towel because they're not working and just quit a couple of months later because it just doesn't feel right and you're not getting the results that you want as fast as you need them to. But the chances are you are very good. You're going to be great at what you're doing. You are an expert in your space. You know what you're talking about. It's just that you haven't created videos for long enough to really understand why they're not working. You haven't given it enough time to manifest and to sit there and to do its thing, you know? So enough the wishy-washy stuff, okay? I'm not here to boost your ego and to kiss your backside. I'm here to kind of explain how Ryan has actually done this from more of a technical standpoint, okay? Yes, he's done it for 10 years and all this sort of stuff. Great, that's not really helpful, Jack. I kind of get that as well. But here's what he's done from a technical perspective that you can start to implement in action for your own stuff in hopes that you can get $11.3 million for your business. What I will just caveat this with is that I'm not telling you what to do, okay? I'm just sharing my observations and what I've discovered through what I think Ryan's done. He's a very, very smart guy. He's got a smart team behind him. And I'm sure that some things I say are probably plausible. But I don't know if this is true. I don't know if this is verbatim. I'm not sure if this is truth. It's just an idea, okay? So just keep that in mind. The first thing here is that Ryan has incorporated a huge sense of community. Every video that he created in this series of 50 videos in 50 days has some reference to other videos in the series. For example, on video 35, he might reference a video that he made 20 episodes ago. He also incorporated a thing called the Wheel of Doom, which got his community involved and essentially changed the direction of the series based on what happens, which was really cool. He included things like small milestones, just personal goals like being able to run a mile in every state of America, which just for him and just having that community support is like, yes, Ryan, go for it. Another mile, 7-minute mile, 8-minute mile. I'm here following your journey and I'm supporting you from the sidelines kind of approach. Number two is that he made brands part of the story. Ryan's 50 States in 50 Days series was not sponsored, which I think is kind of insane, but also very genius. Because of that, donations were a thing and brands became part of the story through inputting into the series itself. They were paying Ryan money, contributing money to St. Jude's Children's Hospital as donations. They'd show up at the end of the video, and some, even putting quite substantial amounts of money into it, became a really big figure of the story. A lot of brands would donate over $50,000, and that would set off the Wheel of Doom, which would then change the course and direction of how Ryan and Haley, his partner, had to go through the series. One of the Wheel of Dooms was to not shave his beard for the entirety of the series. One of them was to not drive on main roads, which for America is kind of insane to have to just go on B roads and go like little country roads. And or do they have country roads in America? I don't really know. For you, that could mean rather than making your business or your product or your service the hero of the story, make it the thing that changes the transformation and changes that narrative. For example, that could be something like, how did your product or service help your client go from stuck to amazed and celebrating and overwhelmed with positivity? It's also a really good lesson here in terms of that it's not necessarily talking about your business that's the main thing here. It's about how your business and how your marketing makes people feel emotionally, which is really powerful. Third is that it just feels very, very, very human. It feels very Ryan. He introduced a concept called jammy time, which is, for most people in the world, a very relatable thing. 8 p.m., 9 p.m., you're getting your jammies on, you're sitting in there, you're watching a bit of Netflix, grinding down some popcorn and just chilling out with a few beers. I don't know, maybe that's what you do, I don't know. But for Ryan and Haley, it just kind of felt very natural, and it's just kind of like we're looking into the reality of what they're going through now. They're not fabricating it, it's not engineered, it's not manufactured. This is the thing, and we're lucky to be able to experience this in all its warts and all, And because of that, people buy into Ryan and they buy into the mission that he's on and the story that he's telling, as opposed to him having to show off and make it this big thing. Actually just saying and showing things for how they are could be much more powerful. And in Ryan's case, that's definitely true. Last on the list is number 4, which is Ryan built in public. He literally documented every day for 50 days. That's insane. I've tried daily vlogs before. Fucking hell, they're hard. Jesus Christ. I wouldn't do them again. They just almost killed me. What Ryan didn't do here, which I think is genius, is he didn't finish 50 days, document the whole thing, then turn that into an hour-and-a-half long, 2-hour documentary. It's perfect, it's finessed, it's curated. He just documented things as they happened, and he showed that fly on the wall behind the scenes perspective, and I think that's really powerful. He connected with people at the end of each video, literally recommending them and shouting out and having their names written on screen based on the donations that they gave. That gives this huge sense of, we're on the journey with Ryan, we're doing this together, to the point that it wasn't just brands that were donating huge amounts of money, just everyday families were donating £5,000, £10,000 because they believed in the mission that Ryan was trying to support. They've maybe gone through something similar themselves, and they just wanted to give back and contribute and be part of that narrative. And there's something really special about that. For you and your business, that could mean that it's just important to share behind the scenes and just to give insight into what's happening into your business on a daily, weekly, monthly, yearly basis. And you can do that in a few different ways. You could do that through starting an email newsletter where maybe once a week you just give an update into what you've been working on in your business, or the challenge that you've overcome, the things that you've learned, the things that have gone well, the things that haven't gone well. You could even start a behind the scenes vlog that you post maybe every few weeks, every month or so, just to kind of give a bit of a recap into physically showing rather than telling and writing what has happened in your life or what's happened in the business. Has this person just been upgraded to a new role? Have you just bought this new printer? I don't know, just show what happens and people tap into that. People are nosy. It's kind of what I'm trying to say. People are nosy and they like to see what goes on behind the scenes. They like to snoop around, okay? Ryan has achieved a pretty monumental milestone here for YouTube. He has generated millions just by posting videos on the internet for fun, but also for philanthropy and for charity, right? And you can do exactly what he's done for you to generate clients for your business. It's not difficult in principle. In execution, it's incredibly hard. And what's really cool here is that you and anybody watching this video can do the same that Ryan has done. But what you've got to commit to is the next decade of trying to figure it out and going through the hardship of the highs and the lows and physically getting into the trenches of creating videos to find out what works for you and what doesn't, and what style and what voice and everything, all the nitty-gritty, intricate details of everything that you do. You need to go through that process to learn them yourself. Only then, when you've got that experience and you've got that confidence and you've got that clarity around how to show up and the ideas on how you could do something different, can you achieve what Ryan has achieved. The problem is we live in a very, very, very short-term thinking society. We want things instantly. We're now entering the stage of answer as opposed to search. For years, it was searching and trying to find information on Google. Now, with ChatGPT, it's answer. In the space of 5 seconds, you've got all of the information on the internet that's ever existed right at the palm of your hands. And that's scary. So what I would say is go through the motions. Accept the reality of creating content is not easy, It's gonna take time to get there. It's gonna take a year to kind of figure it out, maybe 5 years to find your feet and start to get some pretty good results, and 10 years to really master it and become one of the best people in the world at what you do. That's just the reality of the situation. And it's really easy to throw in the towel and say things aren't working when you've not really given them enough time because you feel entitled that now that you've posted 10 videos, well, your podcast should be in the charts and your videos should be going viral. But that's not true. The best creators and the best brands and the best businesses have this tenacity and resilience and persistence and drive and grit and determination to, regardless of what everybody else is doing, to just focus on improving themselves, becoming better businesses, developing better products or services, creating better marketing, getting more views and reach and building a bigger audience. That's what the best do. They don't throw in the towel 3 months later because their podcast hasn't got any downloads. A nice way to look at this as well is that Ryan Trahan, he could have sacked this in. 30 videos in, they didn't work very well. They're maybe getting a couple of hundred views, if that. They weren't performing. He could have gone, I've tried for a year, it's not worked. But his 50th video, or around that, went absolutely crazy. There's a 20 video difference there, maybe 5-6 months difference in it not working to now helping Ryan become one of the biggest creators on the planet. Building an incredible sweet brand, building a community of people that have generated and donated $11.3 million to St. Jude's Children's Hospital. That is something really, really amazing, Sometimes we give up at the point that if we just waited just a little bit, we could start to get the fruits of our labor and we could start to see the success and the results happen, but people throw in the towel too early. They do. So if you're looking to start to create videos for you and your business and you're just not sure really where to begin, because I get it, it's confusing and it's overwhelming, I have created a completely free 35-minute video workshop called Your Video Starter Pack that's going to teach you everything from coming up with ideas, scripting videos, filming them professionally, editing them for social media and everything in between. Go and check it out. It will change the way that you create videos forever, okay? Link will be in the description below or somewhere up there. Go and check it out and let me know how you get on in the comments below. As always, my name's Jack. I've been creating videos on the internet for about 10, 15 years or so. I've worked with some of the biggest brands in the world, and my goal with my content is to help you create better videos for free, okay? 2 ways that you can do that. 1, go and watch this video next. It will help you to become a better video creator, to market your business and get customers and all that sort of stuff. If you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, you can go and check it out here. Click subscribe, join the creator army. I don't know what we're gonna call. Yeah, we'll figure that out in the end. I need some names for audience, but go and subscribe to it. I'll post a video next week. Until then, I shall see you in next week's video. All right? Ciao. Terrible ending. There we go.